what's up, y'all? My name is Jay.
Hey, what's up? My name is Dree,
and welcome back to Life with the Andersons. Alright, so make sure if you're new here, take your time to subscribe. And also, if you like the video, share us a like with us. And don't forget, comment more challenges and things that you want to learn about us that you don't already know.
So now we are about to get on to this video. So this video is about our engagement story. We got married literally.
Yeah, it was back to back. We playing games.
We weren't playing no games.
Alright, so the first beginning of that day, it was March 27th. So March 27th, 2022.
Almost a year married now.
Yeah, almost a year. We're almost done.
That's it.
So it was a Sunday. But prior to that Sunday, it was a week before, we were in church. And my apostle, she got up and she was closing out the service. She was praying for the people. And one of the things she said was, God, I pray that you give my sons the courage to become husbands. And she was like, help them to not be fearful of commitment. And when she said it, it was like this, I don't know.
God had done spoke.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, I'm talking to you. And I was like, God, I'm not afraid to commit. And he was like, well, show me. And I remember that day, that same Sunday, setting up a meeting with my leaders, talking to them. I was like, listen, I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but this is what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time. And they were like...
And that's why it's good to have leaders around you.
I'm talking about leaders who know God for real and are praying for you and looking out for you. Because when I went back there, I was like, hey, listen, I don't know if... I want to make sure I ain't tripping or nothing, but this is what I'm hearing. And I shared with them. I was like, I think it's time. And they were like, we've been watching and we believe it's time too. And so I was like, bet, you know what, say less.
And you never know who's watching you.
You don't. After that week, I went to look for a ring. I already had an idea what she liked because that year before, I had her go and try on some rings.
So when I got pregnant, the number one thing that we made a rule was we were basically not gonna continue our, how do I say that?
Pretty much, after we got pregnant, we was like, all right, baby. So even though we know like you pregnant now, we're not gonna just keep having sex.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead.
Can you say sex on YouTube?
Yeah, you can say that. I was like, we're gonna just kind of just pause, you know, and I ain't even gonna hold you. Everybody recommended that we do so.
Like, they were like, you already pregnant?
Yeah, they was like, what you stopping for now? Even the doctor was like, y'all ain't having sex? What? Like. It was.
So they were like, well, y'all pregnant now. It's not like y'all can get pregnant early.
Yeah, she was like, you might as well, you know,
go ahead and do that thing. But we had to make
early.
sure that like we were disciplined in that area because first of all, that was not even the plan to get pregnant before sex.
But it was.
I mean, before we get married. So
it was a way of also, I think, kind of like just showing that discipline. It was after the fact, but it was. I think a good way to send a message to God to say, hey, listen, yes, we made a mistake. This is something that we did, but we don't want to
make it a habit.
Yeah, make this a habit. We're not trying to keep doing this. And so literally, we didn't do anything else until we got married. And so in that time of, you know, just being, you know, preparing to be parents, one of the things I did was like, hey, go try on some rings. Now, I knew I wanted to marry her. I just didn't know how soon it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be within a certain time frame because we had already spoken about it during our dating phase. And
I had already told him, I'm not going to be those girlfriends that's your girlfriend for 5 years. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
And I ain't even that kind of dude. I just don't, we're not going to do all that long extra time for no reason.
Because at that point, if you in a relationship with me for that long and you still have not popped the question, then you really don't want me.
Yeah, if you ain't did it, I feel like I'm honestly speaking from a man perspective. I feel like a man knows whether or not you are
the one
somebody he would marry.
Yeah.
Or see building his life within the first 90 days.
And that is the truth. And I know some men probably be like, oh, I'm just not ready. I'm just whatever.
You know, if he's not ready, it's because it's something he done saw in her. That's like.
Because how much more confirmation that you need after, say, 2 years.
Or, I will say this. Sometimes, as men, we be waiting on our finances and everything to get all the way on point. Because it's like, hey, I want to make sure I got this
I hear that a lot.
And it'd be true. Because even I dealt with myself. I was like, well, I don't got this yet. You know, I'm building, I'm stacking, but I want to get like up here first. I want to get here first. And so I dealt with all that.
Ladies, comment below. Let me know, like, do you feel like it's proper for a man to really be in a relationship with you for that long and still have not popped the question, or for the excuse of finances to be the reason why he has not popped the question yet. Because the thing is, me, the way I see it was, and I explained this to my husband when he was telling me, because he shared that with me. He said, I want to make sure that this is in line. But the thing is, we can get money together. We're still getting money together. Right. We're building this thing up. So I've never understood that
it's
excuse.
more of I think for a man, it's not, and I don't like saying this excuse, because I think for a man, being a provider, it's, for me, and for I'm sure a lot of other men, it's like I want that security of knowing, like, okay, yes, I'm getting ready to take this woman on, but I'm also prepared to do so because I already, put it to the side, But one of the things one of the things that my apostle, he shared with me, and they've been married 26 years. One of the things he shared with me was, the truth is, you're never going to feel like you're ready.
And I don't even when you are in a marriage, there's really no such thing as being ready.
I mean,
like there's so much.
You just keep learning.
Yeah, there's so much every day that we are learning. It's never. If I took the time to be like, okay, let me get ready, I would have never been ready, because you literally are never ready. And
because even when you think you're ready on paper, when you get in it, you realize, oh man, it was I know this part. I didn't know I was gonna. And so that's why when he said that, he was like, you're never gonna feel ready, so don't go off of your feelings, but prepare. Like, this is what they show with us in premarital counseling. There are things you can do to prepare, like reading books and going to
and that's one thing that we did do. We did premarital counseling.
Yeah,
so
it was
even
a blessing.
when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, we literally took counseling to get us ready for the marriage mentality. Yeah. That I definitely recommend. If you got to read books together about marriage, if you got to get counseling together about marriage, do that, because it gets you ready for the mentality to transform from a girlfriend to a wife, from a boyfriend to a husband. So that was very important, and I'm glad that we did that, and I recommend that for anybody.
Same. I definitely agree. I think it's something that all dating couples should do that are leading towards marriage. Do it when you're ready, though, so that you don't waste the people who you are getting mentored by the time. You want to make sure that y'all both, because
we got mentored by our apostles.
Yeah, and we knew that
they weren't playing with us, so they like, is this what you want for real? Yeah. And then, okay, if this is what you want, this is the word that's going to be necessary. And we had to literally, like, after each counseling session, we would have a talk to basically review about what we learned and how we can adjust and all of those things. Just
put it into practice. So I know we kind of took a little sidebar, but getting back to the engagement story. So after that,
if y'all do want a little talk show, about one-on-one,
we'll get there. All right. So that day, March 27th, I had gotten the ring already. Now let me pause. But when I went to get the ring, I went to 2 different places. I went to Jared's first, and I went to Zell's. Jared didn't have what I wanted. Zell's ended up being the plug. So they ended up being where I landed at for the ring. Here was the problem. They did not have my wife's size, which is normal, they have to resize. So the lady told me it'll take 2 weeks. Well, I was trying to do it next week. So I went, I think, on like a Monday. I felt, maybe it was 2 weeks before. I went on like a Friday with her, and I was trying to do it that following weekend. It was like, it'd be 2 weeks. And I was like, God, like that's a long time away from what I'm trying to do. So I was like,
and mind you, I was a new mom at the time.
She was.
So the whole time, first of all, I was so focused on our daughter, I was not paying attention to all that.
Which is a beautiful distraction.
Usually, I would be the nosy one.
And I was so nervous because we share each other's location, and so I'm like, dang, I hope she don't look at this location and see I'm at this mall, because then I'm have to make up somewhere I'm at this mall, and then I'm coming to the house with no bag.
I was too tired for all that.
I was thinking for that. So I end up putting the order in, and I was like, well, I just pray it come in early. But in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll get a band, and I'll just give her the band at the engagement, and then let her know, but your real ring will be here in a couple of days. So, telling you, boy, God had my back. He was looking out for me. What ended up happening was the ring came early. And so I had my bro and my sons, they went and grabbed the band for me, because they went and put the order in for the band, and then I picked up the ring. I got the ring. And then that Sunday of the proposal, March 27th,
which was my birthday.
Her birthday. We after church, we went home, and I had a whole team that was working on the engagement stuff.
And mind you, typically on Sundays, I don't like doing nothing on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like after church, we be having like a service, and then we have meetings, and I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't even like cooking on Sundays, simply because when I come home, my body, I done gave so much. It just be like, okay, I'm ready for a nap. I'm ready. Y'all know them after church naps.
Be the best.
Them be the best.
So I planned it in a way where I was like, okay, I don't think we're gonna have no meetings, and I already told everybody, so they kind of, made sure people could leave and go and do what they need to do. So the team, they planning. Now they planning, they taking care of everything, they getting everything set up for the, cause it was an outside park we did it at. And so we did it at like a clubhouse. So they're setting up. They texted me, hey, we're gonna need more time. I'm like, oh man, we ain't even got to the spot yet. Y'all talking about more time.
And I'm about to drop the video after he said the story. I'm about to drop the video of the engagement and how everything went.
Yes, it was definitely beautiful. We got to the ice cream shop. Finally made it to the ice cream shop. It's me, my wife, and Royalty. Royalty is little around this time.
Like, she's literally just turned 1 month.
Yeah, so she's very like quiet, chilling, minding her business. So me and my wife, we sitting there at an ice cream shop. She's gonna drop the video in there. I promise to love you the way you're supposed to be loved. I promise to be your friend always. I promise to always be able to apologize when I mess up. I promise to always pray for you. To always keep my ears pressed towards God, so that I can always hear and see for our house. And I promise to laugh at your jokes when they're funny. I promise to cultivate, to help you become the woman that God has called you to be, the wife He called you to be, the mom He called you to be, the business owner He called you to be. And I promise to support you in everything that you do. Love you. What ended up happening, because the ring came on time, I had now an extra ring that I bought, to be like my just in case. And so I was like, I'll use this as like a diversion to make her think that this is it. So I gave her that ring. It was like, hey, this is my promise ring.
Mind you, I told this man, I never want a promise ring.
She did.
Don't ever try me with no promise ring.
About that.
I want to go straight to the engagement. No. I don't want no promise ring where you already telling me I promise. No, give it to me right now. I don't want a promise ring that now I'm gonna have to wait.
I remembered all
10
that.
years.
I remember all that. I remember when I was thinking about giving her the ring, I was like, dog, she already told me she didn't want it. I said, whatever, it's gonna be perfect. It was a nice band.
And I only took the ring because honestly, like I told you, I was over it that day. So I was like, I don't have time to be arguing. It's my birthday. Let me just enjoy this. And in my mind,
gave it to her, and it
was a good distraction.
It worked though. It worked because she was not nowhere near expecting anything else that day. Cause I gave her the ring. And
I'm like, this man already knows that I told him not to give me a promise.
I can see on her face.
I was like, what is going on?
When you see the video, you can see her face. She was like, it was like a smile, but it was like.
But I was still thinking, I'm like, I told her
like, what is this?
And I was just like, you know what, maybe let me just enjoy this moment.
And I told her that I wouldn't do a promise ring, because as she told me when she said it, I was like, all right, cool, no promise ring then. So when I did it, I was like, oh, I know her mind, she gone, like she's not thinking about this. So we get back in the car. They told me they need more time because the balloons are not cooperating or whatever. So I made up something. I was like, let's go look at future houses we want to live in one day. So we go to driving around neighborhoods.
And mind you, at this time, because he told me we were going to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking about some restaurant that's getting ready, and they keep pushing back the reservation. I'm just like, what kind of restaurant is this? So at this time, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm already tired from church. I literally was just like, let's just go home, cook. Let's go home, order in. And I just want to be home because this whole restaurant, obviously, they're not professional.
I was like, nah, we gotta go. So they eventually texted me while we was doing the house shopping or whatever, and it was like, we ready. So we're about 20 minutes away from where we need to be.
Way on the other side.
So I'm like, oh man, all right, cool. So we start making our way there, and on the way there, I have to blindfold her. because
and he forgot the blindfold.
Yeah, listen, we've done several surprises, and we still
always
have not.
forget the
We
blindfold.
mastered this blindfold thing every time.
At one point, we only did it one time where we did remember the blindfold, and what I did was that week I made sure I left a blindfold inside of my car, and literally on the day of, I probably would have forgot it if I did not put it on that.
This blindfold thing just don't work with us.
It just don't.
But I think we had a scarf or something.
Like a sock. No, it was one of your t-shirts.
Okay,
undershirts.
So we blindfolded. She put type. She's like, "Why got you type?" I was like, "Because it's a special restaurant. It's never been there."
And I've done that to him before, where I take him to a restaurant and I just blindfold him. So I was like, okay, maybe he's just doing that. And you also did it for me for my birthday.
Yep, but I had a bag over her head.
Yeah,
so it was
my previous birthday.
So we put a blindfold on. We get to the place. I pull up. I see everybody outside. And I'm just like,
this is about to happen.
This is about to happen. Like, I'm getting butterflies now. I'm getting nervous. So they open the gate. We drive up, and I got to get the baby out.
They gonna see all that in the video. You gotta tell them.
All right, y'all seen the video. So what y'all probably won't be able to hear though is what I was saying because the wind was blowing. But we're gonna put the caption on so y'all can see because I don't remember everything I said.
But watch the video right now, and then we're gonna come back after the video to let y'all know everything basically from that point on.
Said yes, we got engaged, you know what I'm saying? No, wrong hand. We got engaged.
So now that we are engaged, we always had we always spoke even from the beginning when we were just dating.
It was like, hey, babe,
we
we're not doing
said
no engagement.
yeah, because okay, I've never understood that. You get engaged and then spend years.
You date already for years.
You date for years.
Then you get engaged.
Then you get engaged and you wait for years. And then you get married. Like all that time, we could have just been married. So I always told him, like, I never understood that, and I don't want no big fancy wedding. No. Like for our first wedding, I always said, even when I was little, I always said I do not want to get married and come back into an apartment. So that was already my mentality. And with the way the relationship was going, I already knew by the time we get married, we're not gonna already have our house. So I told him, okay, if we are still in an apartment, I do not want to come back to an apartment after a big old wedding for everybody else. So I told him if we get engaged and we are still in an apartment, I want to get married the next day. Yes, the next day. So that's basically what we did.
Mm-hmm. Literally, we got engaged
on the 27th, and we got married on the 28th.
And you'll see the video with us having our little ceremony there.
Big honor is saying what God has joined together. Let no man, no woman, not even yourself, put asunder. Turn and face them. I now pronounce very happy unto you, Mr. and Mrs. Jeremiah Anderson.
It was really maybe like 10 people there.
10 people.
Family members and some nice small. But it was perfect for what we wanted. Because we both had made up in our mind. We was like, listen, we're saving for our house. We're fixing our credit. Let's focus on that. Yeah. Let's keep building on.
And a wedding, technically, a wedding is really not for the couple.
Right. It's for the people the opportunity to celebrate. And
we don't mind doing that. But when when we have the right things in line.
Yeah.
Not right now.
So we both was on the same page. That's why it was easy for us to make that decision. People was asking, are we going to be away? And I was like, no, we're not. We're actually going to do something very small, simple.
Yeah. A lot of people were so surprised when they were saying congratulations.
I'm sure they thought my wife was going to have this big lavish just because of her personality.
Yeah.
I was actually very grateful that she was like on the same page, and she was like, no, babe, no, let's save and let's keep working, let's keep growing. Mm-hmm. And we end up
I'm still gonna have my wedding now.
I'm gonna make sure we have at least.
But even when we do have our wedding,
what reception? Not.
I want to have the wedding. When we renew our vows, I want to have a wedding.
Okay, got you. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So but the thing is, I still don't want no big stuff. Yeah. It's gonna be nice, super nice, but it's not gonna be no huge thing for 100,000 people that I don't even know or talk to on a daily basis.
It'll still be nice and modest. And so I don't mind doing that. We can do that. Mm-hmm. One of the things I will share that the day which y'all see on the video when we were actually getting married, we was holding hands, and you'll see me and her kind of like look at each other now and then. We was actually very nervous. I would look at her and she'd be looking away and looking at me.
Nervous.
Her hands are sweating, my hands sweating. I'm like, Lord.
We were shaking. We were like, bro, we're really doing this.
I was like, how? And then in my mind,
it still feels surreal even now. Like sometimes I sit down and I'm like, bro, I'm married.
Because it happened so fast, and
I'm married and I have a child.
I remember we left the courthouse that morning because we had to go to the courthouse to get the paper, and then
that morning was something.
But it was like we was on a mission
because we had to go back and forth to the courthouse.
Then we left the courthouse to go to the venue to do the ceremony, and didn't have no ring. I didn't have no ring, so
we had to go to Walmart
because I had to focus on her ring, and so I wasn't even thinking
the whole time he didn't have a ring.
So we on the way. I'm like, I don't have a ring. Like,
so we went to Walmart real quick and got
a band quick, and I'm like, cause in my mind I'm like, oh, I do need a ring. And so it was just a lot of nerves rushing, but it was definitely a lot of love, and
it was a beautiful day overall. It was perfect for us.
Yeah, and by the way, we're not knocking nobody who do a big wedding.
Listen, do your thing.
If you got the budget to do it, go big or go home.
Listen, because trust me, I would have done the same thing if I did.
It's your preference.
If you want to wait forever to plan, that's your
business.
That's your life.
Nothing wrong with that. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a joy. I would not do anything any different than the way we did it. It was a beautiful process. I think it allowed us to learn a lot quickly. and it placed, I think, just the right amount of pressure on you to, you know, certain things that you would kind of just take your time in learning, like just take it, hey, no, get it and stop playing around. And I can appreciate that. I appreciate all of our team, all of our family, all of our friends who helped play a part in the engagement. Our sister Ann, she overseeing the
and everything happened in 1 week.
Like, and I'm talking about it was last minute because I was like,
so I know God was
like,
on
oh,
that
this
thing.
week, and I went off. I had already been saving stuff on Instagram and Pinterest. Sent it to her. She was like, Jay, you only give me a little bit of days, but she told me what I need to get. I pretended like I had to get some props to get it. Cause the letters,
that week, if I did not have royalty, I would have figured it out. If I did not have royalty, I would have figured it out.
Lord,
because the way everything was going and the way he was moving. First of all, at one point he almost got on my nerves. And my brother and my sister had to calm me down. Cause I'm like, why this man always going somewhere? Cause the thing is, mind you, it was my birthday week. So typically,
she's supposed to be going to brunch anyway.
I'm supposed to be going to brunch, and he's supposed to come and get the because we were at the house, right? We were at the house, and what we had planned was that morning he was gonna go somewhere, and then he would have come back so that he could take the baby, and I go to brunch with my girls. So I'm waiting. I got ready. It was my first time after pregnancy getting pampered and getting ready, getting my nails done, my hair done.
A little behind.
I felt like, you know, it was kind of like a refreshment, right? But then I still had this baby to take care of. So at that moment, it was just like, okay, it kind of feels like the old me, but it's really not the old me because I don't want to leave her. So it was already hard for me to detach myself to go to brunch without her. So him not being there, it was just like,
I can't control the traffic. So it was traffic that day. You know, I'm rushing trying to get to the house because I'm leaving from the mall getting the ring because it was officially ready. So I'm trying to hurry up and get the ring and get back to the house. And so her emotions, she tripping. But thank God for family, friends, and a squad. My bro AJ, he was there. My sister Slandi, she was there to kind of like talk to a girl, just chill. You know what?
And the thing is, even I'm telling you, if I really paid attention, I would have known. Because even my sister, she was like, just calm down because everything he's doing is for you. And when she said it, I was like, okay, maybe she's talking about my birthday, because mind you, it was my birthday week. Right. So I was like, maybe she's talking about my birthday. Because honestly, when it comes to the proposal, I never wanted to get my hopes up so that I did not get disappointed. So I've never really thought like, oh yeah, he's gonna propose, he's gonna propose, he's gonna propose.
And I don't think she ever thought I'd do it on her birthday because I always was like planning. I always did things a little bit. That
was a surprise doing it on my birthday. Yeah. Because honestly, especially that birthday right after I gave birth, I was just.
It was so soon, but it was good. I'm glad. I'm glad I did it the way I did it. And once again, I could not have done it without our team.
I appreciate you guys.
It took a lot of work. Props and kudos to all husbands out there who took the time to plan a proposal. It ain't no light work.
Listen, the thing is, if a proposal is that hard,
I don't even want to imagine.
What about a wedding?
Nah, we'll wait.
We'll get there, and you guys are probably gonna be along with us when we're doing that.
Absolutely. So that's the engagement story. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching today.
We hope you guys like this video. Leave your comments, ladies. Let me know your opinions, fellas. Let me know y'all opinions too. Cause why don't y'all want to commit? Like why?
It's not. Come on now. That's not what we said. We said why do you care about the finances and things?
Yeah. Why do you care about the finances being in line? Because the thing is, you can still build with a woman.
That's it.
That's it.
Don't be knocking the men. Act like nobody said they want to commit.
But let me know, guys. But we enjoy talking to you guys. We enjoy letting you guys in our lives. So just drop your comments. Be interactive. We like talking to y'all. We like reading y'all comments. So continue to support, continue to like, continue to share.
That's it.
And that's it for us. Till next time.
We out.